firm actually started in 2006. So we have a couple of warehouse deal. Translink Capital, we started officially is 2007. And idea of Translink Capital really came from our corporate venture background. So myself and my partner, we all had corporate venture experience prior to starting Translink together. So myself, I was with UMC Capital. UMC is the semiconductor foundry in Taiwan. They've been very, very successful in the early 80s, 90s, and I joined them in 2002. I worked there for 5 years, and the last 2 years when I was there, I was managing their both US and China practice. I know my partner Jay Yun, Korean, since 2000. When I was with my first VC firm, and Jay was a Singapore-based VC firm called Vertex. So it's a small Asian VC community, and I know him. After I joined UMC Capital, he was recruited to start Central Venture US operation. And naturally, we look at a lot of deals together, especially in the component space. And we realized that our hit rate are very, very high. Actually, we invest 4 companies together, 3 went public and 1 got acquired. And we saw if we can leverage that hit rate and operate under one financial organization would be very, very interesting. So Jay, my partner, actually introduced me to the other co-founder of us, Toshi Otani, Japanese. After Stanford, he ran Hikari Sushin venture operation here in the Valley. Hikari is the largest mobile retailer channel in Japan. That's before e-commerce is available. So 3 of us all had this common background. We know how to connect a startup company with a big Asian technology company, invest in them, help them to become successful. But we also realize that if our investment is tied to one company, then there's a lot of red tape associated with this investment, right? I mean, the entrepreneur may feel that, hey, if I take money from Samsung, I might not be able to work with LG, with Xiaomi, with Huawei, right? And but with our structure, we operate as an independent VC firm, and we can help them not only, say in this case, not only Samsung now, we can help them in Huawei, in Xiaomi, in Taiwan, in HTC, or in Sony in Japan, right? And we believe the combination of the effort will bring more value to the startup. At the same time, there's no corporate venture red tape associated with the investment. So entrepreneur will be more comfortable to deal with us directly. I started my venture career in '96, so it has been 20 years. And I'm very lucky that one of the few Chinese people has been in this industry for 20 years. I know my boss, the first VC firm's boss, when I was working on my family business. And when I finished my transaction of my family business, he just started operation in the Valley and invited me to join them. The most impressive achievement, personally, I believe, is when I was with UMC Capital. I did 3 C investment. So I was first investment in 3 companies, and all 3 went public.
Oh, okay, good.
So that's that. And back in 2002, 2004, 2005 timeframe, it was not easy to invest in a semiconductor company. But the track record back then was very, very, very good. So all 3 went public, and I'm very proud of them. Yeah. So here in Translink, we look for the company. First of all, it needs to be an interesting investment target, right? Potentially drive a large market cap and create a large value for everybody. So that's the first thing. But the most important thing for Translink is that we look for the company that want to have a business relationship with Asia. And as you know, as a VC firm, I mean, you need to have your own strategy, right? I mean, if you operate the same, then the question is that why the entrepreneur will come to you. Our belief is that there are many VC firms can do a good job to bring the startup from 1, 2, 3, 4 person team to a big company. But as long as this company want to go to Asia, then there are not many choices they can go after.
Right.
I mean, there's a limited, maybe a Japan-based VC firm, there's a limited Korean-based VC firm, there's limited Chinese-based VC firm that can help them. But there's no one firm that really can help them pan-Asia strategy. So when they come to us, that we can tell them, hey, what's your strategy in Japan, Korea, Taiwan, or China? And that's the value that we bring to the table. That's also the selection process that we apply in our due diligence process. On the other hand, I will also argue that any successful technology company will need to go to Asia.
Right.
Sooner or later, right? I mean, there's probably 100% of them need to go to Asia.
Right.
And it depends on the timing and the way they enter Asia. The thing that you want to look for is what's the market trend.
Market trend.
I think that's the most important thing. What's the demand of the future? And when you say demand of the future, it's sometimes it's a guess, right? I mean, you don't know how to make the right decision. That you just need to talk to enough people in the industry that they all feel, say, for example, if there's an unfulfilled demand, then most of people will feel the pain.
Right.
If there's a demand has been fulfilled, then there's not a lot of opportunity for a startup company.
Right.
The other thing is that, especially in this in the last 10 years, a lot of startups are leveraging the existing technology and create a new demand, create a new application. That's a little bit more difficult, right? Because you don't know how big that the consumer will embrace.
Right.
But the simple question to ask is that as a consumer, is that service bring any value to you, right?
Right.
And if you can answer that to yourself, I think there's something that interesting enough for you to go after.
Right.
Persistent is the most important thing. I mean, it's a long journey in the startup life. There will be up and down for sure.
Right.
And the commitment, when you hit the low point, can you continue to move forward?
Right.
I think it's very, very important. The other thing that I'm looking for is also look for the people that is logical and has a business sense. As a VC, I don't think the technology or product, you know those things better than an entrepreneur. But on the other hand, I mean, when you have the conversation with them about the strategy, about the plan, about how to compete, about the market, it's more like you have a business conversation.
Right.
And if those conversation is more logical and make common business sense, then I will feel more comfortable about those entrepreneurs.
Right.
From the VC point of view, the competition actually is much fierce than in the past, and really came from this a new breed of angel investor, micro VC, early stage VC. But overall, it's good for the industry. In the past, I mean, it's the A round. I mean, there's a certain kind of stereotype of a structure that you can apply to a company, right? But these days, because of the popularity of this angel investor, the C investor, you can start a company with 2-3 people, and you can start running and get this angel investor to come in, support you all the way. You don't need to worry about the valuation. You set up your turn, and by the time you really do your A round, you already have a product, maybe acquire a lot of user.
Right.
So I would say that as an entrepreneur, it's much better time to start your own company. As a VC, of course, the competition is fierce. It's more fierce than in the past.
Right.
The cross-border cooperation demand is always there.
Right.
So in our own experience, I mean, we start to feel the demand from China about the new innovation maybe started in 2010.
Okay.
Prior to that, China, the market, domestic market is big enough, and you can win without applying the cutting edge technology.
Right.
But since 2010, we see a lot of demand. Many from the big company
Right.
looking for the next generation technology that
Right.
they can apply to help them compete in their
Right.
main market. At the same time, we also see some smaller startup company are looking for a solution from outside of China.
Right.
But that has not been easy from the cooperation point of view, because if a startup work with a startup, it's not an easy proposition to win. In the last 10 years or last 12 years, since the 2002 2003, that's when Chinese VC industry start to grow. Majority of opportunity there were business innovation.
Right.
I mean, it's not really the technology enable you to create a new business. And what we are paying attention in China these days is that whether they have a real technology innovation that can compete on a global level.
Right.
When you talk about technology innovation, it's a global level competition, right?
Right.
And that's what we are looking for. From the VC point of view, semiconductor industry is very, very mature.
Right.
So it's difficult to find a new startup opportunity. Very, very difficult. We are one of the few VC firms that are still looking for opportunity in that space. But as China has put the semiconductor as one of their national kind of strategic initiative,
Okay.
because I heard a number that the value of a semiconductor imported to China is even larger than the value of oil imported to China. So think about the importance of that, and the Chinese government has spent a lot of effort and put a lot of money trying to build the industry. The consolidation has started maybe 5 years ago. So a lot of MMA, and with this new force from China, this MMA activity will continue. The question right now is that I just don't know whether there's enough object there or enough topic out there that you can create an opportunity like Ziguang acquires Spreadtron, Harmony Vision, ISSI, Montage. I mean, those opportunities is also become rare because not many companies left now.
Right.